As the Trump administration attempted to downplay the contents of a leaked Signal group chat, the journalist at the centre of the storm has released more proof. Atlantic magazine editor Jeffrey Goldberg was inadvertently included in the chat amongst 18 senior cabinet leaders, discussing impending strikes on Houthi militants in Yemen. Goldberg shared a thread of messages with highly sensitive information, including details about the target of the attack, launch times, and specific weapons to be used. He claims he chose to publish this new information after the Trump administration attacked his journalistic integrity, claiming he lied about its contents.
But the mainstream media continues to be focused on a sensationalized story from the failing Atlantic magazine that is falling apart by the hour. We have said all along that no classified material was sent on this messaging thread. There were no locations, no sources, or methods revealed, and there were certainly no war plans discussed.
The fresh revelations have prompted some senior Trump officials to acknowledge the debacle was due to human error, including Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who both participated in the chat.
Obviously, someone made a mistake. Someone made a big mistake and added a journalist. Nothing against journalists, but you ain't supposed to be on that thing.
But both Rubio and Gabbard continue to insist there was no classified information shared. That's something military experts and Democrats disagree with, saying the information could have risked the lives of both American service members and civilians if they'd been attained by a US adversary. Democrats are pushing for there to be consequences for the major security breach.
Secretary Hegseth has disclosed military plans as well as classified information. He needs to resign immediately. He needs to resign immediately, and a full investigation needs to be undertaken with regard to whether other similar signal chats are occurring in this administration.
National Security Advisor Mike Waltz has taken responsibility for creating the Signal group, but claims he didn't have the journalist's number to have added him to the chat. US President Donald Trump has not signalled any repercussions, instead continuing to downplay the situation, labelling it not a big deal.
How do you bring Hegseth into it? He had nothing to do. Look, it's all a witch hunt. Here we are talking about some of the greatest business deals ever made. The greatest companies in the world are moving into the United States, and you want to ask about whether or not Signal works.
The White House says the National Security Council and Elon Musk's team are looking into how the journalist was included in the chat, still refusing to acknowledge the magnitude of the breach and pushing back against taking any meaningful action in response to this national security blunder. Dolphine, Chen and Rosie Grenenger for TaiwanPlus.